Hey y'all, and welcome to Monner's Market, and welcome to the Chalk with Me collab. This collaboration today is several of my friends that are on my team where we come together. Normally we use the same transfer and show you different ways that transfer can be used. But today we're going to be using our very own transfers. So there will be a playlist listed in my description box. So make sure you follow it. We'll talk about that more later, but for now, let's get into my DIYs. So for DIY number one, I'm going to be making this cute little ornament picture that I got from the Dollar Tree. So I'm taking this blank ornament piece of wood, and I'm going to use the truck. When you buy this transfer, you get 4 different trucks on there. Now you can just use this piece right here and be done with it. But what I was doing was just measuring the area that I wanted my chalkboard on. I am using the chalkboard paint from the Dollar Tree, and that stuff is phenomenal, guys. If you've never used it before, the coverage is amazing. It literally only takes one coat no matter what you are trying to cover, and it just works perfect. And it's perfect for using chalk couture. Now, you don't have to make it chalkboard to be able to chalk onto it. I could have done it straight onto that wood or painted wood or metal or anything else. But I wanted the contrast of this black chalkboard paint up against the brown wood stain that I'm going to be staining the top and the bottom of this with. And I'm using the same piece of tape, and I'm placing it on the chalkboard paint, and I'm going in with this antique wax, and I'm going to stain the top and the bottom of that ornament picture. And I think that is absolutely gorgeous. Look how pretty that black and brown looks together. I love, love, love it. So now I'm going to take the bottom of my transfer, and I'm going to place it on my little ornament. And then I'm going to get ready to chalk it. Now, what you see me doing there is fuzzing it, and that is extremely important. You want to make sure that it's not super duper sticky when you stick it down, and you'll see in a minute why. Now, this one, I used the candy apple red paste, and it's so pretty. And who doesn't love a red truck at Christmas time? And I want you to look how gorgeous that is when I pull it off. Now, these trucks are made to look rustic, the paint job. So that's why they look like they're a little worn. That's intentional. So I'm going in with my surface wax, and I'm going to wax over the top of it. And I like to do that when I'm using a color on top of a color, just so my colors don't run together. So I put the big truck down, and I'm using my bright white paste, and I'm going to chalk all over the entire truck. And I think it's so pretty whenever it's done. Look at how, oh my God, I love the reveal every time. I never get tired of this part. Look how gorgeous that is. So now you can see the different sayings and the different things that you can use the little piece where the tree's going to go. You can put pumpkins there or watermelons or all kind of good stuff that come on those. This is just me fuzzing it because that, like I said, that's a very important part to save your transfer. And I'm going to go in with the pesto and color the tree. Now, this is just a plain background of the tree. There's also a little piece that comes with it that you can put on top of the tree that will define the tree a good bit more. So once that's done, I let my paint dry, and then I go in with that other transfer that I was just telling you about, and I just define the tree with the white chalk paste. And look at the difference. Look how pretty that is. I love, love, love that. Then I took a couple of picks from the Dollar Tree and deconstructed them and just made a new little like swag. I'm also using some burlap ribbon that I got from BB Crafts, and I love that. It's so pretty. Then I'm going to take some beads, use the same colors that I used on my design, and just make a little beaded hanger for the top. Once I make that beaded hanger, this is done and ready to display, and I absolutely love the way this turned out. I think it's so cute. And like I said, everybody loves the little red truck at Christmas time. So let me know down in the comments what you think about this. You can literally do this truck in any of the colors that you want. You don't have to do red or black or white or brown or whatever. You can pick any color in the rainbow that matches your decor. But look how pretty this turned out. I love that black and the brown wood and the contrast of the two. I think it's so cute. And this has become such an iconic design at Christmas time, is the little trucks. It's actually kind of become very popular all year round, but very much so at Christmas time. So let's get into DIY number 2. Now this one I struggled with, and I struggled with this one and the first one, but user error both times, my fault. This is a metal sign that I got from the Goodwill for $1.50. It was $3, and I got it for half price. And I just took some white Waverly chalk paint, and I gave it 2 coats, maybe 3, of the white Waverly chalk paint. Once that was dry, I went in. Now, you seen me. I only fuzzed that one time. Boy, was that a mistake. I almost ruined my transfer. So I go in with the black, but watch what happens when I pull it off. See how my transfer's coming off onto my metal and how hard I'm struggling to get that off. Now, you don't want to just keep pulling, because I could have stretched that out of whack and ruined my whole thing. I was trying to cover it up with white chalk paint, but I couldn't get down in those creases, and I finally just gave up and took my Waverly white chalk paint and just covered the whole thing and started completely over, because it just wasn't working. There was still too much of the green showing. So once that layer of chalk paint dried, I went in with some surface wax to keep my transfer from sticking, and I fuzzed the poo-poo out of it. Like, I fuzzed and fuzzed and fuzzed to make sure that didn't happen again. So then I go in with my black, and this time it works absolutely perfectly. Look at that. It's perfect every time. I love it. And then I go in with more of the surface wax, and then I take the top again. And now I'm using the same transfers over and over. Once I get through with them, I take them straight into the kitchen and wash them with some cool water and a rag. And I'm going in with the red. Now this time I did it sort of opposite this time. I did black on the bottom and red on the top. And the last time I think I did red on the bottom and white on the top. But it's just showing you, like, you can use literally any color you want. So once I got that done, that truck was done. And I'm going to go in with the little tree again, using the pesto. Love, love, love that color. And I believe I only did just the tree. I don't think I did the designs on top of the tree this time. But I did pull off some paint, way too much paint. And it was so easy to fix. Just go back in with that little skinny brush. Now this is a completely different transfer that I have. And at the bottom it says, Santa Claus, please stop here. So I put Santa Claus on the left and please stop here on the right. And I thought it just added a little bit of something to this picture, and I love the way that turned out. Once I got that done, then I did the same thing with a little swag up in the corner with that BB Craft ribbon that is so pretty, and some picks from the Dollar Tree. And you'll see me trying to figure out if I wanted it on the top or bottom or wherever. I actually ended up putting it up to the top left, just for a little bit of variety. Everybody puts it at the top or the bottom. And I thought, well, I'm just going to stick it over here to the left and just be a little bit different. Then I went in with some beads and made a hanger. But I did my hanger a little bit different this time. I did some black and red big beads. And then I took some natural smaller beads. And I would do sections of 3 and then tie it off and then go about 1 inch away and then do the same thing. You see right there, just to give it a little bit of variety. And that's all there was to that one. And I would love to know down in the comments what you think about the way this turned out. This one's a little bit more rustic, and I love it. I absolutely love it. And for $1.50, you can't beat it. That black is that same black chalkboard paint on those beads right there. So let's get into my last DIY number 3. And this one I fought with. Completely my fault. I forgot I was trying to paint the top black and end up painting it red. But anyway, these right here are our surfaces that you can buy. And right now they're on sale. And the blocks come 2 in a pack on the bottom, and then the trucks come they come 1 in a pack, I think it is. I just ended up buying 2. But I took some white, oh my goodness, I'm getting way far ahead of myself. Antique wax and stained that wood piece on the bottom. And I let that dry. And then I go in with the same one I've been using for the other 2. And I use a color called Storm. This is me just trying to size it up to make sure I'm in the right spot. And the Storm is sort of like a gray color, sort of a silvery gray kind of. It's really, really pretty. So I go in and add my Storm, really pretty. And my intentions was to go over the top with brown. Well, actually I was going to do brown on the part in the back, and then the rest in black. And I forgot. Now this is me adding my surface wax, and I added way too much, and I did not let it dry, and I did not buff it out. So this was completely my fault. So I'm painting the wheels black, and I painted the top red completely. Like I said, totally forgot I wanted to do black and brown. But I go in and I use my brown for that little piece, and then all of the bottom. But it's another happy accident, because when I went to peel it off, because I had used so much wax, a lot of it didn't stick down. So it was very easy to go back and see I just really messed it up. So all I'm going to do is go clean my my transfer and get all of that red off of there. And then I'm going to come back, place it right back on there, and do it in black. And there was very little of that red showing through when I redid it. Very little. So once I done that, I was done with that part. Then I took my little tree. I did it in the pesto. And on this one, I did do the little, I don't even know what you call it, just accents for the top of the tree. And I love, love, love the way that turned out. Once I did that and let that dry, I'm going to show you how I decorated the bottom with my keys. Now that is the one that I was trying to show you that makes the tree a lot more defined. And this is me just fuzzing it, because we got to fuzz it. That's such an important part. So once I get it fuzzed, I go in with my white chalk paint and put the little details on there, and look how cute that tree is. I just do not ever get sick of this. So now I'm going to take the bottom part of my little stand, and I'm going to take these letters that you can get from the Dollar Tree and spell out the word keys. And I'm going to, well, actually what I did, and I don't know why, I must not have filmed it for some reason, but I painted them white with Waverly White chalk paint. Now I'm just going in with the Sharpie, and I'm giving it that little stitching look that they call it, and just doing that on all of the letters just to give it a little bit of character and cuteness and help it to stand out a little bit better up against that brown wood. And then once I get that done, I'm going to take these hooks that I got from the Dollar Tree. This is just me placing it on the board to see what it looks like and where I wanted it. I knew I kind of wanted it in the middle. So once I got my placement, I take 4 of these hooks. They came 2 on a pack, so 50 cents a piece. I marked where I wanted them to go, and I got my drill and drilled them on. Could not have been any easier. And oh, I did glue down my letters to the word keys. Once I got my letters glued down, then I drilled in my little hooks for my keys. And that's literally all there was to it. This piece was done. My video is done. And I can't wait to hear down in the comments which one you like the best. Did you like the little ornament? Did you like the metal sign? Or do you like my key holder? I think my key holder is the one I like the best. So let me know down in the comments which one is your favorite. And be sure now that you go to that playlist and see what everybody else has done for you today and show us all some love. If you like what you've seen today, give me a big thumbs up. If you're not already subscribed to Monner's Market, I would love, love, love for you to become part of my family. If this is your first time ever to Monner's Market, my name is Brenda, and I'm so glad to have you here. Now I'm going to show you my final reveal, but I just wanted to say thank you for coming. Thank you for watching. Be blessed. Bye now.